be like you. Shawty got a fatty, so I told her bring it to me. I just wanna take you home, girl, we gon' make a movie. She said all the kinda buff, I told her this the newbie. I'ma do your body right when I'm inside that Gucci. Give no fuck about a hater, I gotta get my paper. Stay the fuck up at the Kool-Aid, if you don't know the flavor. I don't repeat it.
What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing, man? How your day going? I'm trying to talk as quiet as I can, you know. These mics are really like sensitive or whatever. Every time I talk loud and like, I don't know, but I'm gonna be doing a reaction video right here on what's supposed to be a dinner table. I don't think nobody has ever done this before. This is diabolical.
It on me. He's going.
Alright, I already done like a video.
Get real-world experience for the world of music and audio at Full Sail University. Recording, producing, composing, live events, and more. Get hands-on at our Florida campus in studios, labs, and performance venues. Or from your own home studio through an audio. Full Sail.
In just a couple of weeks, Apple's going to be announcing the biggest iPhone update in history. And it feels like something that not that many people are talking about. For the first time in over a decade, Apple is planning a system-wide redesign. There's going to be a ton of new AI features baked in everywhere, and we're even setting in a version of Siri that is actually intelligent. This is going to be a paradigm shift for the iPhone. And I want to first show you the features that Apple has already confirmed, starting off with eye tracking, which Apple showed off
in a
new video accessibility blog post for all the new features they're adding.
It seems interesting.
We just got a short preview video of how this works, but it looks just unreal to see this happening completely hands-free. Next, Apple's introduced a new haptic music listening feature where in your hand you can feel vibrations across millions of songs in the Apple Music library. So if you're hard of hearing, you can experience music in the new way. Then Apple's trying to fix car sickness while using your iPhone with a new feature called motion tracking.
I really need that.
Dots on your display.
Most people really need that.
Help trick your brain and make you feel more comfortable when you're using your phone. But Apple didn't stop there. They've also shown off a brand new version of the Magnifier app that can take an image in the real world and turn it into plain text with a new reader mode so it's more legible. You can set up new shortcuts with your voice where you can do a complex phrase or
Yo, yeah, the mic went out and stuff. That was bogus. The mic just went out on me. I was just trying to figure out the other day which one was dead. I don't know. But we're about to get back to this. My face card, you know, the stuff that they be doing on TikTok. Alright, let's get it.
I first heard about it because it's been a minute since the iPhone has gotten a new look. Actually, it was back in 2013 with iOS 7. That's the last time.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
A major, because it's accessibility feed, and when you're typing on your iPhone, Apple plain text with a new reader mode.
We was right here.
Legible.
Yeah.
You can set up new shortcuts with your voice where you can do a complex phrase or action with just a trigger word or two. And when you're typing on your iPhone, Apple's introduced a new hover typing bar above your message so you can see more clearly what you are writing. And all of this that Apple has already shown off are just the new accessibility features coming in iOS 18. Then there's everything else, like the new design, that has piqued my interest since I first heard about it. Because it's been a minute since the iPhone has gotten a new look. Actually, it was back in 2013 with iOS 7.
Like a secret weapon. Is Arcade by Output one of the greatest plugins that I've ever used.
These ads are diabolical. Get out the way.
It's the last time Apple did a major aesthetic revamp for everyone's
Unfortunate.
devices. And well, then Apple transitioned from the skeuomorphism and loads of detail with iOS 6 to a flatter, more simplistic look for iOS 7 that Apple believed was easier to use and understand. Well, it doesn't sound like the iOS 18 redesign will be as dramatic as iOS 7. We now know what iOS 18 is not going to look like. It is not going to look like Apple Vision OS after all. We heard
Whoever believed that
Apple is planning to bring key design elements down from the Vision Pro headset to the iPhone.
I don't know.
This would include things
That
like
must have been a
more
prank or
detail
something that
around
they
the
said
operating
that.
system, with shadows and transparency and translucency, sort of a mix between iOS 6 and iOS 7. We've recently gotten some new info that Apple is not planning to do that rumor was incorrect, and instead Apple is planning something specific for the iPhone. They're not just borrowing the design language for something else for iOS 18. Hearing this, though, I wondered what iOS 18 was actually going to look like, and we've heard and seen two key things that Apple is planning to do. The first is a look at the brand new home screen, as multiple sources are reporting that for the first time ever, you will now be able to freely customize your app icon grid however you want. Your apps and widgets will no longer be locked to the top of your display when you're using it. You'll be able to move them in the middle or the bottom or the side.
No, this is something that I don't really care about.
And custom home screen built for you and what you want to do. It's a change that we have been wanting to see forever, and it is going to make the iPhone feel so new. With this change alone, everyone's home screen now be unique for the first time ever. The second thing we've heard, though, is much more interesting to me. It's a phrase that says that apps are going to be designed to be A, more modular, and B, easier for Apple to update. I don't know what that means. It's very ambiguous, but it sounds almost as if Apple will be allowing you to have specific customization over the parts of apps and tabs and how you use them. But that's just my best guess, and we still have not seen an actual leak of new icons or design elements of what exactly iOS like. But trust me, when you do, I will be telling you about it, so make sure to hit that subscribe button in case you haven't already. Now, to charge my iPhone, I've been using the SharGeek 170 from Charge, who actually sponsored today's video. And straight up, this is the coolest power bank that exists in the world. And that's because it features a fully transparent
This is technically a charger that they created. I'm not gonna let this play. Sorry.
And right now, what we have heard and seen a lot of details about are all of the new AI features that Apple is adding. Because up until this point, there's AI built into the iPhone, but there's not AI built into the iPhone, if you know what I'm saying. And Apple, for months now, has been teasing that they have some absolutely ridiculous announcements on the way. Like, just look at this interview that they did a couple months ago when asked about them being behind on AI.
Critics have been surprised that Apple appears to be falling behind when it comes to AI. How do you respond?
I don't believe we are.
I don't believe we are.
And actually, we have an advantage. Again, go back to we own the silicon, the hardware, the software, the machine learning, all in one team.
So that's a super confident answer. And even Apple CEO Tim Cook has said that Apple is going to break new ground in AI. Are they hinting at a new version of Siri? Because it kind of sounds like they're hinting at a new version of Siri. Not to mention that Apple is currently, right now as I speak, finalizing a partnership with the leader in AI technology, OpenAI, for a partnership with new features in iOS 18. Super interesting timing, right? Especially as we've seen these products launch from companies like Humane, where you can talk to this pin on your chest and it will give you information about the world around you. Your microphone and your camera, or the Rabbit R1.
I never heard of that.
To this little orange box that tells you about the world. And while these look super cool, the only thing I can think of is, wouldn't it just be better to have this on your phone that has a microphone and a camera and a crazy fast processor and that you already have in your pocket at all times? Has Apple figured this out? Have they thought about this and seen how they could just wipe out this entire AI gadget market with a software update like iOS 18? Why can't that be Siri? Why wouldn't that be Siri? And Apple sure seems to be hinting that they have something pretty nuts. And shipping this out to 1 billion iOS devices with a software update, that would be a big deal. That would be a crazy
something like they didn't.
The iPhone just with the new version.
They waited to put
that's the Siri stuff. Let me get
a
more
calculator
specific about
on
the new
the
AI
tablet.
features coming to apps on the iPhone. The new Notes app in iOS 18 is gaining the ability to directly record voice memos inside of Notes directly. And when you record these voice memos in there, you can now use AI to transcribe it almost in real time, it sounds like. On top of that, the Notes app is also getting a new math notes.
Oh yeah, I need to give me an Apple Pen too. You see, as you see, I'm gonna be drawing and things like that.
Help for solving math problems or help guide you through it using AI. I would have loved if I had math notes back in college. Pop off now, Apple. Next up, the Safari app is gaining the Apple version of the AI assistant that can look at your screen and summarize what's on the page or help you learn more things about the context that you're currently experiencing. Kind of like we've seen from AI browser demos from other companies out there. Safari might also be gaining a native ad block option or the ability to block specific content on web pages, which would be pretty crazy and a big deal if you run a news website that relies on ads. That would be a system setting on the iPhone now. And because Apple's adding these new features, it looks like there's going to be a new reorganization menu with 3 dots in the web bar that just allows you to see all of these settings in one place based off of the lead. Now let's talk about the Photos app, because Apple is going to be introducing a pretty crazy new feature called Magic Eraser, where you'll be able to circle things or erase objects in photos, just like Google announced a while ago, where in the Google Photos app, you can just erase things, and using AI, it magically stitches the photo together. But by far, the AI features coming to apps that I am most excited for have to do with calendars and reminders. Because right now, these apps are completely separate, they don't talk to each other, and it makes my and probably your life really hard sometimes. Well, at iOS 18, these apps can now see information from each other. You can schedule reminders in the calendar app, and there's going to be way better interoperability between the two. Altogether, it sounds like AI is just going to fix a lot of the long-standing annoyances of things not working together perfectly all the time. And not that AI is going to be perfect, but it's going to be the closest to perfect we've ever got. Now, stepping aside from AI for a second, we have 2 other apps that are getting some big changes. First, let's talk about Maps app, where for the first time in iOS 18, you will be able to set custom routes. So if you always like taking one street, but you still want to see traffic conditions and the latest updates, you'll be able to set your exact work or home route every single day on custom streets, which is really cool. If you like a certain route that usually disagrees with the GPS for whatever reason, you'll be able to set that now in Apple Maps. The second Maps feature is that topographic maps are coming in the app as well. This is something that's actually currently on the Maps for Apple Watch app. You can see this on your wrist. Sounds like Apple is porting this over to the iPhone and the iPad, so you'll be able to see elevation data more easily on your iPhone now. But we're talking about one app because I will believe it when I see it. We are now hearing
he seemed to have on that drip.
The iPad is
he seemed to have on that drip,
a calculator app, which I think I'm a broken person that I care this much about it. But yeah, I'm excited that the iPad, for the first time ever in iPadOS 18, is getting a native calculator app built by
You don't do
Apple.
nothing. Why
it's
you
happening. It's
want
going
that?
to be cool. And that leads us now to what devices are going to actually be compatible with iOS 18. Because, well, the truth is, there's really good news this year. According to a couple of rumors, every single iPhone that is currently compatible with iOS 17 is also going to be able to run iOS 18.
Through iPhone, all the iPhone 10 models.
You should be getting almost all of the features that I talked about
and
in today's video. The new design updates, the updated
12
AI
all the way up
features,
to the
and a
newest
better
iPhone.
version of Siri,
Okay.
plus everything else.
Get that
genuinely
version.
Can't believe that we are this close to iOS 18. Apple is announcing it on June 10th at their Worldwide Developers Conference event at their headquarters in Cupertino. That is not very far away. I didn't actually realize we're almost done with May somehow, so that's soon.
He must have recorded this last week because this is the first.
And I'm just a little excited for this one because I feel like the iPhone is stagnated, right? Like it's just been kind of boring, and the iOS updates year in and year out have just been so the same thing for so long. iOS 18 is the breath of fresh air we've been waiting on, at least based off of everything we're hearing currently, and even what Apple has shown. This event is going to be absolutely wild. Make sure you're subscribed so you stay up to date on the latest.
To me.
Okay, I've been Sam. I hope all of you are doing well. I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Man, just 2 things that I really want. that I really want to see, you know. Who do these ads think that they are? Yeah, but hopefully I see y'all next time, man. There's nothing else I really want to say. Just that. Hopefully see. This is embarrassing. I can't keep on doing this on camera. But hopefully y'all have a great rest of the day, and I'm gonna think what else I'm gonna do for today. And I'll see y'all, man.